Pick up, everybody. It's your girl, Sophie Soph, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. As the window deadline day is closed, it's international break. The first three games of the season is now done of the Premier League, and we now are able to do a rating, ranking of Man United's signings. And I'm not going to be focusing on the youngsters coming into the camp. We're not, it's not going to be the, Chido, Obi, Martin, and the Seko, um, Kune, you know, and Lusal and the men. Like that's the youngins. We're not going to talk about the youngins. We're going to talk about the guys that are in the first team squad. 5 players that we signed. What do I think about these signings isolated? We obviously don't know. Let's be honest. Ugarte, we haven't seen played yet. There's more so thinking about was that a signing that we need in terms of the position, what he could bring in. And of course, once the season ends and we're here next May, that's when or basically, yeah, by the end of May or June, probably, depending on if we're still in a cup competition. So once the season ends, that's when we're going to be doing an assessment to then be rating each player. But right now, we're just focusing on these signings. So if that sounds good to y'all, then of course, make sure that you like this video here because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for new people to see. And indeed, as well, subscribe as well. We are, like I mentioned in the other streams this weekend, we passed 3K subscribers, and we're now on the road to 5K. So, hey, that's the big one. Hopefully, we'll be able to make that by the end of this year. That's going to be a goal. And of course, feel free as well to join the SFT membership, another way to support the channel. Link is in the description box. And if you, yes, I'm talking to you, want to win a football kit of your choice, then make sure that you do join my FPL League. Link and code is in the description box. And let's actually get into it and comment your thoughts as we go. Regardless of your Man United supporter or not, you know the deal. So we have this, what should I say, tier list here from best all the way to worst. And we all, just have 5 signings. We will as well be doing this rating ranking for all of the other like signings, transfers from the other teams. But that stream will be on Thursday. Might be switched to Friday, but we have to wait and see. So, first one we have up, that is a Joshua Zirkzee. I mean, came in the latter stages of the Fulham game, scored a goal, did it he played very well. Very well. I felt really bad for him against Liverpool. He started that game, played for a long time, and then got stopped off. In the Brighton game, a little bit like, but like, okay, okay. Didn't start that one, but came in. So it's been a bit like, okay, not like a debut that's been like, oh my God. It was, oh my God, when he scored the goal for Fulham to help us win the game. But since then, I haven't been blown away. And I think he's been a bit too isolated, unfortunately. Um, yeah, with kind of how the wingers and stuff be playing. But if we look at how much he costs, let's look at transfer market. That's a good site, I feel like. Not sponsored, by the way. Zirkzee. Let's see here what I can find on some info. So Joshua Zirkzee to Man United Man United. If I can find it, that is. Hello. How much does he cost? Wasn't that about 34? Zirkzee, Manchester United signing. Okay, powered by Sky Sports. So it was basically understood to be 36, 42, no, slightly above his. Okay, 36.5 million pounds is what it looked like. Which I'm thinking, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Not bad. Decent. So slightly off the 34.4 million release cloud. But the thing is, though, it was more so favorable payment terms. So we will be paying for him over 3 years. Yes, the Match Channel, uh, five signings. I mean, you also did, we did also get 2, 3 youngsters in, but I don't really fully count that. So for me, it's more so like these five key signings that go straightly into. Some of them go straightly into really the first team. Or to be fair, yeah, big up man like Will, one of our members who's been on the channel before. I mean, do check out the game day review that we did this past weekend. Hope you're doing well, broski. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Do subscribe to his channel and show him some love. And the match channel has also been here for the Europa League draw, so reaction. So show him some love as well and like his channel. Subscribe. So yeah, yep, Zirkzee. I mean, where should I put it? So far, if we just look at the signing, we needed to get a striker. So in terms of the priority, we needed a striker. Was it my overall number one first choice? No. I wanted an Ivan Toney. And I've seen one Bologna game. Or technically I've seen two Inter Bologna games, but more so the one that I remember was the first mashup. And that's the only game Inter I can remember, referring back to it, but that's the only game Inter lost last season. In Serie A, that's the only game against Bologna. And you know who was the match winner? It's Joshua Zirkzee. That was this guy right here who was. Um, so looking at the fee, looking at what we needed, it really depends also with the fact that okay, good with Lincoln play. Is it necessarily, he tall, strong, robust, need oh sorry, just hit my computer. Apologies. Need to utilize his strength a bit more. Like we know how physical the Premier League is. And I think once it clicks, I think he can be very good. From the little sample piece that I've seen, I genuinely believe and think that he could do well. But the Liverpool game was not good. It was not good. He had a stinker. Unfortunately, he did. And I know the wingers didn't help him out that much, but he did have a stinker. He did have two big chances that he should have nicked. And he should have scored. But hey, if we just focus on the signing, the priority, the fee, all of that into consideration, I'm going to say it's a good transfer, good signing. But we don't know until the season is done how, whether or not, different grades and all of that. We don't know. We don't know. Because we will be doing grades. But right now, this is what we're doing. Okay? Then we have Lenny Yoro. Fortunately, of course, injured. Did we really assume that that was going to be the case of him getting this injury, being out for long? Still, probably, we might not necessarily see him until the end of this year. Maybe even January. But from what I've seen in the preseason, I saw something. I saw something. And that little something really made me happy, and I liked it. So, the price, though, is something to take into consideration, and it is one for the future. You know, let's be honest, the guy really wanted to go to Real Madrid. They didn't really want to pay the piece. I do think that the wages, 112,000, I believe, weekly wages, I think that is a bit much for an 18-year-old. But but who am I to pick a pocket watch? That's the word. Who am I to do all of that, right? But I digress. Either way, I think if we just look at let me double check here the price of Lenny Yoro. Sometimes good old Sky Sports can also just put up some weird stuff here, but hey, 52 million deal. 52 million. With potential add-ons worth almost 7 million. Very close where Real Madrid was like, we'll wait. But of course, Lil was like, nah, we need the money now. This is our guy. We need the money now. And we paid a lot of money, a lot of money. But if we do focus on the fact that this is more so long term, can't believe he has what, 5 year plus 1 year deal. If we look at that, what if you end up getting a profit? Like, let's be honest, this kid is destined for to play for Real Madrid in the future, most likely. And not that I were gonna be like the selling club, because let's be honest, that's not really us. But but if we technically do look at it as that, then we could say that you can get a proper profit for the kids. Big up to Lumba, hope you're doing well. And I see also Bart. Bart, I'm doing okay. I've moved on. I've moved on, even though the kids at work don't let me move on, but I've moved on. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking, though, Bart. Thank you. How kind of you, Bart. How very kind of you. That is super kind of you. Wonderful. Thank you. But with Lenny Yoro, obviously, I ain't putting him in the worst. I'm not even putting him in the meh. Because I really wish that he wasn't injured. But that's not something that let's be honest, that's not on him. I'm literally looking at Man United hindsight. If he trained only 50% part of the training session, um, before the Arsenal game in the preseason, then we shouldn't have played him for that game. He should have just rested, right? But also that injury that he broke something, like, let's be honest. We had a freaking hearing a Mikel Merino for Arsenal, haven't played a single minute, fell and broke his, I think, shoulder, collarbone, something, and he'll be out for 2 months. Like, some accidents can happen. Sometimes somebody gets injured. It can't just all be, oh my God, another injury prone player. Like, the guy wasn't injury prone. The kid wasn't injury prone before he came here. If, let's say, he comes back and he gets constantly injured after that, then conversation needs to be asked. But right now, let's make sure that we slowly, he has a proper rehabilitation of that set injury, and then he comes back slowly into the squad. Because I think this kid, the little I've seen, the diagonal crosses, the nice playing out from the back, the recovery pace as well when needs be, the tackling. There's something special about the kid. And I'm not one of those that's going to be, oh my God, generational. I won't go that far. Because I ain't going to act like I didn't know this kid existed until we were linked with him. So it's literally like the Kiki Palmer meme. Literally, that's exactly how I felt about
I hate to say
Lenior.
it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Mhm. Sorry, this is but literally this is what I reverting back to. I didn't know. Sorry to this kid. He could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Speaking of freaking hell, Pep Guardiola was here in Oslo. I was hearing in a library downtown. I'm like, dang, I've been there. I should have been like, yo, broski. I'm like, is it because Norway's national team coach is gonna end, quit most likely after the World Cup qualifiers? And then you probably won't be managing City past this year, maybe. You might need a job. And if so, broski, come on over. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Not this special day, each do have good qualities to make a team successful. Okay. To me, they're all okay and average. Hope he stays. Madrid are greedy. I only knew the Ligt. Okay, you didn't know Mazraoui and Ugarte. Not even Ugarte. Yoro's recovery speed and reading of the game will help Bleach a lot. It may complement his robust style too. That is a fair comment from you, Bart. I think so. I think that is something that the thing is though we haven't even seen that yet because obviously Lisandro Martinez and Kobe May, haven't gotten like any preseason. Um, the same with Alejandro Garnacho. So we haven't seen that. But um, so once Lenioro comes back, I hope we can see that slowly but surely. But for right now, I'm not gonna put it in best. That might be a reach. But I put it in good. I'll put it in good and I might put it a slightly above Zirkzee because we did need another center back. It's more so just another one that kind of replaced, like Yoro replaced Varane, while Zirkzee replaced Martial. That's initially what we've done. It's not like we've added something on top of what we already had, you know, but they just replaced what we had. And Zirkzee might have more of an availability compared to a Martial, but Martial on his like a Martial on it is a Martial that cooks. You know what I'm saying? Lenny Yoro, I would have personally loved that we still would have had a Varane that Lenny Yoro could have learned off but it is what it is. We move. The next one's up. Before though, let me read this comment from Bart. It says, I only hope for his sake that he isn't run into the ground like a Nacho and Mayno were last season as 10 knocked us that just on players. That is a fair comment. Bart, sometimes you be coming with some, you know what? Sometimes it's nice to see that, you're not always trolling. Sometimes it is kind of, you know, a fresher breath air. A breath, Lord, I said a fresher breath. A breath of fresh air. Lordy, I just butchered the saying. A breath of fresh air with some type of level headed comment. So thank you for that, Bart. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Regardless, I agree with you. I hear you. I hope that's not going to be the thing. I hope that's not going to be the case. Because I don't want us to be, having the youngsters burnt out. I don't want that to be the case whatsoever. So I see it and I 100% hear that sentiment. Was Prime Matters United's best CDM since Keen? Roskia, have you forgotten about Carrick? Excuse me? Excuse me? Carrick? The thing is, though, Matic was after that. I'll say Matic. Matic was wonderful. The problem is that we got him a few years too late. I think if we would have gotten him, like let's say 2, 3 years earlier, oh, because I love that midfield of a Herrera, Pogba, and Matic. That was wonderful to me. That midfield had balance. You have the creativity of a Pogba. You have the legs, but also the technical awareness as well as from a Herrera. But then the ball recovery from a Matic, but also the physicality. And of course, when needs be, they're able to put in some important passes here and there. Come on, Matic. But Carrick, calmness. Michael Carrick, such an underrated player. 100% underrated. That guy, wow, wow. Big up to J Panda says Sofia, it doesn't matter if we get the whole Madrid team for United because we have a fraud and stubborn tactically stupid manager that he have no clue about the team in his third season. I wouldn't use the, stubborn, I agree with. Stupid, it'll be a reach, but the stubborn thing, I 100% hear it. I mean, I've been telling y'all after, maybe some people might see and think that I was a bit too reactionary, maybe after the Man United Liverpool game, but I still stand by what I said. I still feel very much the same way. I need Ten Hag to go. I can't do several games. I can't do more weeks. I can't do months. I would like him to leave now during this international break. Whether or not that'll happen, I don't know. But I think if he messes up against Southampton, that to me surely should be a wrap. It surely should be. If you can't be able to beat a Southampton, whom we slapped 9-0 years ago. Yes, it was that arrogant, but let's be honest. Come on now. That was a better Southampton then. And we were a worse United then. What are we doing here? When I say worse, I mean like squad wise, technically, yeah. Footballing wise, we were cooking a little bit here and there. Let's look at the COVID season, Cook it. Bada bing, bada boom. But I'm just saying. And he has an ego. The job is just too big for him. I agree. I don't think Ten Hag is a trash coach, a trash manager. I don't think that once he leaves Man United that he won't work. I think he might cook for the Netherlands national team. I think he would. 100% I think he would cook. So that's one thing. Number two, for another club, 100% he could cook. Yes. I just think that this job, it almost feels like he lost himself, you know, along the way. He lost the guy that we because he's just it's just sad because I don't even think he seems likable now. When I end up talking about a guy's character, a guy's personality, that's when you know it's kind of peak. Because I really liked him when he first came in. Even after the first season, yes, it was shaky. We finished third, but I still liked him. I still was like, I'm willing. I was backing him heavily, and I was like, you know what? Hey, he was bumpy, very bumpy, but I'm willing to give him a chance. Second season, he completely lost his marbles. This season, yes, we're just 3 games in, but you're now been at the wheel literally for 2 years now, over 2 years. I think we gotta move on. And like the Maths channel says, Van Nistelrooy is just waiting. Rude is waiting instead. You think Rude came to Man United to sit and just be a number two? No disrespect. You really think that's the case? Y'all don't think he back of his mind that he is now waiting to pounce on the opportunity to become Man United manager. If you think he's just gonna sit there on the sidelines, then you got one thing coming for you. Cause no way, bueno, he's not just gonna sit there. He's ready to take on the job more than you can believe. He's waiting to get the job more than you can believe. More than you can believe. In the words of Pep Guardiola, he is gonna take that job. 100%. 100%. Ineos, They're buying themselves a little bit of time, having somebody that's quite likable in a Ruud van Nistelrooy, 100% very liked by the fan base. Okay, yes, we love him over here. Even though for me, for the longest, I was like, I don't want to do another like legend, any type of player from Man United. I don't want to do that again. I got one more in me, Root. I got one more in me, Root. One more, Root. One more. After, if he doesn't, and I'm not saying that he's going to become the permanent manager. I'm just saying a light interim. Just see how Broski does, so that they can buy themselves a little bit of time. Ineos might, they messed up by not sacking Tenag when they had the opportunity to. But right now, I'm realizing we're kind of moving completely away from what we're supposed to be doing, which is, of course, rating players. So I want to move on to and by the way, big up, Ravi. I want to move on to a Mazraoui. Mazraoui, if you really think about the piece that we paid for him, surely should be up here, right? Or at least ahead of Dial, at least ahead of these two. Because most, it's been a while, but we're doing well. Masraoui, injuries have been something that's affected him over the years. If he can stay fit, if we can manage it properly, then looking back now, a year from now, or basically in May, we might be like, damn, this might be one of the signings of the season. So far, I mean, I do feel like, to be fair, a lot of the players were really trash against Liverpool. I felt like he started very well, but when he was even struggling with putting up proper passes, that's when I'm like, oh damn, it's Ten Hag. Like, how are you gonna have some of your former players, such as a Ligt, a Mazraoui, a Lisandro Martinez, a Onana, a who else? Are there more that played? So basically, four of the guys that started against Liverpool are your former players that played in that Ajax system. So if they are struggling, then what the hell are you doing? What the hell do y'all be working at training? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what you guys been doing, but it doesn't make sense. Get the likes up, everybody. Like. Seriously, each like really does help the stream to grow even more. Okay? So literally help a sister out. Let's now double check the or not double check Mazraoui signing map for Man United. He's won 4 league titles, 3 with Ajax and 1 with Bayern. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. How much was the sign? Was it 13 million? It was very less actually. 18 might have been. Wait. Trafford in the deal worth 50 million with initial. Wait, delete move. Where the hell is Mazraoui? Wait. Pick up Dark Crow. We're doing well. So Sofia, is it fair to support a club who treated Amrabat so badly? I mean, yeah, if we treated this RVP. We treated the hair horribly. The way the hair was treated. And big up to Amrabat, big up. But we treated some guys poorly. Still support my club. It's the club. The guys running it, I don't support them. I don't be supporting the Glazers. But I support my club. I support Man United. You know what I'm saying? But I hear what you are saying though. I do hear it. I do think they could have handled it better. And the fact that we're gonna be facing Fenerbahce away, Amrabat will have something for us. Amrabat 100% would want revenge. I mean, if I was him, I would be like, screw y'all. I want revenge. And as he should. As he should. And I hear it. I hear it. I completely hear it. You know, I'm not gonna look at you sideways for that. No, not at all. I'm not judging you. Big up, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing very, 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 very. Let's see. I'm still trying to find the numbers of the fee. Why can't I find it? And by the way, Mazraoui was also called up for the Moroccan national team. There we go. There we go. 17.2 million. Are you mad? For the Mazraoui, who could play both right back and left back. If he can just stay fit, wonderful signing. If he can just stay fit. So for me, so far, looking at the fact that we needed a fullback, I'm going to put him at best. Out of these, he's the best. For what we needed, we do also really need a left back, actually. But I'm just saying, we needed to have a fullback, and it's more so like a cover for Dallo, but he can also play left back. And so far, I think he's done very well. Yes, the Liverpool game wasn't as good, but the other two games, I was very impressed. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Says, want to say congratulations on 3K subscribers. You are the GOAT. I'm not the GOAT. But thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I think I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts as well, but I think a Mazraoui is a very good sign if we look at it like on its own, you know, just on its own. But hey, I digress. The Ligt, though, the Ligt, and I'm not gonna sit here. Y'all remember, was I super gassed when we were linked with both the Mazraoui and the Ligt, especially the Ligt? No, I wasn't. 100% I wasn't. I wanted him during the Ajax days when he was under, you know, good old Eric Ten Hag back in 2019. I wanted him. But then he went to Juve. It didn't work out. Very lackluster, very underwhelming. A big move, but unfortunately, very underwhelming. Then he went to Bayern. I think if we look at it in hindsight, to be fair, I think with just Tuchel, it wasn't fully going to work, but he still was used a lot. I think it is a false narrative that he was replaced by Dyer because no, if you really think about it, there were several games, some games here and there where he was injured, obviously wasn't able to play, but also when he was available to play, for the most part, the guy was playing. So even I had to be like, okay, I'm kind of being fooled by this narrative and I'm going to call it out. And then I started to change my mind, and which is okay. If a player now is going to play for your club, I'm going to start to be open minded. Only very few that I've been like, it won't really work out. I'm kind of sure of it. I don't feel good about this. Is a Mount. And I did think he was overrated at Chelsea, and getting that number 7 shirt, the fact that we got him for 55 million, 1 year left of his contract. Like, to be fair, if we really wanted him, we could have gotten him on a free now. That would have been the smartest thing. If we still was like, we want the Mason Mount, okay, but get him on a free. Don't be spending lots of peas on the guy. Doesn't make sense, you know? Thank you, Twalumba. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We finally did it, though, 3K. I'm so happy. It took a long time, but we were finally able to do it. And that is, of course, thanks to y'all for supporting this channel and making sure that you're joining. The views might not always be super good, but you know, we're not giving up and we're gonna continue. But get the likes up though, guys. Get the likes up. And if you watch this on a replay, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Okay? Transfer. So the Ligt. Mm, okay. So a thank you, Ravi. The same. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Ligt, we paid basically 42 million. So it's more so like we got a double swoop because we got like a Delict and Mazraoui since they both had the same agent. So we wrapped up those deals together for less than 60 million. But a Delict himself was 42 million. If you think about the experience, um, also good age, I believe is like what is he not 20? I think he had a birthday very recently. I think he's 25 if I'm not mistaken. Matis Delict. Yeah, he's 25. Yep. June 30th, and Masraoui, I believe, is 27. No, sorry, Masraoui is not 26, but will be 27 November 14th. So still good age. It's just about them being able to stay fit. So with the fee, am I gonna say best? No, but I still say good. So I'll put the Ligt more so between a Yoro and a Zirkzee. I think that's fair because we did need another center back and we got it, which I am happy about, of course, especially with the fact that, like, let's be honest, if we, okay, Lineor got injured and then not getting a delete would make sense. And we made sure that we got him. It took a while, but we got him. The one that really, really, really took a while is this guy here, Manuel Ugarte. Um, Outgoings. I don't really. I mean, technically, we could have done outgoings as well, but I kind of wanted to just focus on the incomings. Yes, Tolumba, but that could have been an idea, maybe for another time. But we're just focusing on the incomings. We'll talk a little bit about the outgoings before we wrap up, though. But with Ugarte, took a while, but we wrapped it up. A finally a signing like a position that we really needed, a DM. Is he maybe the best on the ball? No. Can he recover the ball? Yes. Ball winner? Yes. Can he still be able to move the ball forward? To some extent, yes. But not the best. I would have loved to have also gotten Unana. Imagine if we would have gotten Ugarte and Unana. I think we missed out when we didn't go for Unana. He's cooking for Villa. He's been scoring goals as well. And I'm not that I need my DM to score a goal. I don't really need that. I mean, it would be wonderful the way you see Rodri be killing it with a killer pass or comes in and Rodri scores a big goal. Wonderful. But at the same time, not a must. Ugarte, though, I do think it's the player that we do need. Am I going to sit there and say that he's going to fix all the problems? No, no. Because with what Tenag is doing, he's kind of very much putting the DM to be very exposed. Very exposed. You see with the Casemiro. You see with other players over the time as well. It's not fully working. So it needs to be a proper double pivot. Pack that midfield. Make sure the space is not so big. Have proper opportunities, proper options. Who you gonna pass to? Don't have such limited passing opportunities that you end up making a bad pass. And then you get caught in a counterattack. That to me is not the way that I want to be playing. Whatsoever. It's not. So we need to make sure we fix this. Um, I personally think I've accepted that it's not gonna be a Ten Hag. I'm a, that's I've accepted it, but we have to move on. I have to wait and see. Until then, we're still gonna be watching the games, but now we have an international break, and I don't have to watch my United shit show. It just sucks that the last game was a utter humiliating game. But we move. So the Ugarte one, the final one, which we will talk about, 50.5 million pounds. I believe, including performance-related add-ons. Okay, so hmm, basically, wait. The thing is, though, it's 40. No, it's actually is it 42, which could rise to 50.5. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So it's 42 million, but the deal could be worth as much as 50.7 million, including performance related add ons. Um, he has been the, yeah, that's, I hear what you're saying, this expensive thing, because I mean, with you, you didn't really know. I've seen Ugarte though. I'm not going to sit there and say, like, oh, I've seen so much of him, but I've seen some of him. And from what I've seen, I do like. I do like. I've seen some sporting games in European competitions, and of course as well for Uruguay. So I've seen it. Um, but he ain't the full answer. I wish we could have paid maybe a little bit less, maybe like a 40, you know, less than a 40 potentially. But we move. Our mid is messed up, especially with Erdogan, the way he sets it up. I agree. But in looking at that in isolation, it is a signing that we need. We really needed a midfielder, but we haven't seen him at this Man United squad, so we don't know. But just the signing, the fee, I'm gonna say, am I gonna say good or am I gonna say decent? Because I maybe wish we would have a little bit less, but I feel like it took a bit too long for us to wrap it up. Wish we could have wrapped this up before we went to the US store. Same kind of goes with these two, but regardless, they're at least here. Thing is though, we should have wrapped this up before the season, at least before the season started, at most. So we now won't be able to see him until, after the international break. He's now, with Uruguay, going to be playing some games. So he ready. Even though Ten Hag says he might not be ready, he ready. So yeah. But that's that, guys. That's basically my rating. Didn't think it was going to take this long, but we talked about so much other stuff in regards to Man United. Um, but yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Of course, next year in May, we will go back. We will talk about all of the signings, all of the players, because the fact that in that first team squad against Liverpool, I believe it was only maybe two or three, technically three, that wasn't really his signings. Other than that, the rest of them are his, which is kind of mad. Or maybe four to be fair. Four. No, five if I really think about it, because I'm thinking, no, Ganacho wasn't playing. So it was Rashford, Ahmad, Bruno. Casemiro was his. Maino, he brought Maino up, so I'll count Maino. And then you have but the whole back four, except for Dallo, basically four, and the rest of them, all Ten Hags. Yes, GGMU 100%. Yes, Tualumba, yes, see you in the next one. I will, technically, right before I went live, I actually filmed my updated Premier League prediction video. So once I'm done with this live, I'm going to edit that and we're going to post that for you guys early tomorrow. But yeah, this week is going to be not as many streams just because it's international break. I don't want to force any content and I want to make sure that I have a little bit more resting here and there. But we will be back next live stream, most likely on Thursday, to do a ranking on all of the transfers for the other clubs as well. So not just Man United, but the other clubs. And we shall talk about it, and I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm gonna take some well-rested rest because it's needed. David says, I think the reason why Ten Hag said he isn't ready is because Ten Hag likes to only play with 1-6 and all the other midfielders push up. I don't think any other club does that. You're leaving them out to dry. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. He's leaving them out to dry. You're setting them up to fail. And I agree with you. Like, I don't like when, for instance, when mm, in the second half after Casemiro was subbed off, you saw Collier way in Liverpool's box, and then a Cubby alone. Like, what are we doing? Where are people? Why are you completely up there? Why am I seeing Maguire up on their side? Like, what are we doing here? Nah, wait, bring me a root. Root! Yep. But guys, I'll see you on Thursday. Stay tuned for the upcoming Premier League prediction updated video. If you don't want to miss out on when that video will be dropping, then make sure that you, of course, are subscribed, have on the notification bell button, like this video as well on your way out, subscribe. Like I said, we are on the road to 5K subscribers, so let's make it happen. Join the SFT membership and also join my FBL League for a chance to win a football kit of your choice. And that's about that. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Bye bye.